There exists a book, shrouded in the mists of time, that claims to hold answers to the deepest mysteries of our universe, questions about creation, existence, and the divine purpose of life itself. Its truths were so profound, so unsettling, that the world chose to silence it, casting it into the shadows for over 2 millennia. This is the story of the Book of Enoch, a manuscript so controversial that it eclipses the shockwaves of literary works like the Metamorphoses by Franz Kafka or the Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. The first whispers of Enoch reach us through Genesis 5, where we find a man who transcended the ordinary. His righteousness pleased God so deeply that he was spared the mortal fate of death, whisked away instead on a divine journey to heaven. Imagine this, a mortal man ascending beyond the veils of this world, leaving behind only questions. Who was he? What made him so pure, so extraordinary, that even death could not touch him? The answers, tantalizing yet elusive, lie buried in the folds of a book that humanity once held, feared, and then forgot. The Book of Enoch holds a fascinating place in early Christian history. Church fathers from the 2nd and 3rd centuries, such as Justin Martyr, Irenaeus, Origen, and Clement of Alexandria, all reference this enigmatic text. Its influence extended to works like the Epistle of Barnabas, which heavily drew upon its teachings. Tertullian, a prominent Roman philosopher, even went so far as to label the Book of Enoch as Holy Scree. For the first 3 centuries after Christ, the Book of Enoch was widely read and cherished, revered as a spiritual cornerstone by many communities. It held a status akin to the popularity of modern bestsellers. However, its profound ideas and controversial themes ultimately led to its rejection during the Council of Laodicea. Declared heretical, the text was banned and removed from canonical scripture. This decision effectively erased its presence from mainstream Christianity, with most Bibles today omitting any mention of it. Despite this, the Book of Enoch's spiritual resonance endured. By the 1400s, whispers of its existence began to circulate once again, particularly during the Protestant Reformation, a time marked by a renewed hunger for suppressed truths. Many sought the text, though their quests often led to counterfeit versions. Yet, fate intervened when Scottish explorer James Bruce uncovered the original manuscript in written in the ancient Semitic language Ge'ez. The Book of Enoch was preserved despite its exclusion from the biblical canon. This resilience speaks to its enduring spiritual significance, a text capable of transcending time, inspiring countless seekers, and continuing to ignite debates about its divine insights and profound mysteries. Imagine stepping into a world where ancient mysteries are unveiled page by page. James Bruce, a curious explorer, returned from Ethiopia with 3 copies of the Book of Enoch, a mysterious text written in the ancient Ge'ez language. This book, divided into 5 parts, serves as a gateway to the wondrous tales of Enoch, his encounters with the Watchers, beings who descended from the skies, his journeys through heaven, and his prophetic visions of the end of the world. In 1821, Richard Lawrence published the first English translation, and by 1912, the renowned R.H. Charles version surfaced, reigniting humanity's fascination. 28 years later, additional fragments of the Book of Enoch were discovered in a mysterious cave known as Cave 4, bringing with them new stories and revelations. But what makes the Book of Enoch truly extraordinary is not just its prophecies or its mystical tales. It uncovers hidden aspects of humanity's connection to beings beyond our world. One of its most intriguing passages describes Enoch's encounter with 2 towering figures in his humble home. 2 men of enormous stature, their faces shining like the sun, their voices enchanting, and their clothing dazzling, Enoch recalled. These beings, called the Watchers, were guardians, and their mode of transportation, chariots of fire with wheels spinning so fast they appeared ablaze, bears an uncanny resemblance to modern UFO accounts. The Book of Enoch doesn't just tell a mystical story, it poses a provocative question. Who were these watchers? Were they angels, as many biblical scholars believe, or, as modern researchers like Eric von Däniken suggest, visitors from another world? And if these stories hold truth, what does that mean for humanity? The Book of Enoch invites you to dive deeper, not just into history, but into the very fabric of belief and our connection to the vast cosmos. A lot of people have given accounts of seeing strange flying machines that move very fast and make noise like thunder, just as described by Enoch. These people are not Christians or strong believers, and even if they were, 60% of Christians are unaware that the Book of Enoch even exists, so the accounts are pretty trustworthy. In such, the first record of alien beings visiting our planet comes from the Sumerians, whose ancient texts align closely with what Enoch described. The Sumerians, a remarkable civilization in Mesopotamia, were not only the first to write down their language, but were also pioneers in studying the stars. Their mythology speaks of gods, also called alien beings, descending from the heavens to teach humanity various subjects, much like the Watchers in Enoch's narrative. These alien beings, known as Anunnaki, are depicted as luminous creatures from another world, sharing advanced knowledge and guidance. Interestingly, similar narratives are found in other cultures. For instance, in Hindu mythology, the Vimanas are flying chariots described in ancient texts like the Mahabharata. These chariots, said to move with incredible speed, resemble the chariots of fire mentioned by Enoch. In Mesoamerican cultures, the Maya and Aztecs also worshipped beings who they believed descended from the heavens, bringing knowledge of astronomy, architecture, and more. The precision of their pyramids and observatories, often aligned with celestial events, echoes the Sumerian and Enochian accounts of heavenly guidance. Even the ancient Egyptian chronicle hints at Enoch's involvement in constructing the Great Pyramids, attributing his knowledge to a divine or extraterrestrial source. These beings, whether Anunnaki, Watchers, or others, are said to have taught humanity profound skills, from weaponry and enchantments to understanding the cosmos and interpreting natural signs like the sun and moon's courses. The similarities across these ancient cultures make one wonder, could these stories be pointing to the same mysterious encounters? Are they merely myths, or are they fragmented memories of real events that shaped our ancient world? Now you might say, what's wrong with that? One word, Hiroshima, or perhaps the present war between Israel and Palestine. These moments in history show how easily humanity can misuse knowledge meant for advancement. Imagine giving a Ferrari to a child. It would be wrecked in no time. Humanity, in this analogy, is that child, unprepared for the profound responsibility of such knowledge. While some believe Enoch encountered beings from beyond this world, many biblical scholars agree that the Watchers were angels, tasked only with watching over humanity. The term itself suggests their purpose. However, they failed, driven by desires that led them to disobey divine orders. Their leader, Samyaza, persuaded them to descend to earth, where they formed unions with human women. The offspring of these unions, the Nephilim, were half-angel, half-human giants, beings of immense physical strength but monstrous in nature. These giants consumed resources without restraint, leading to chaos and violence. Their actions disrupted the natural order, and humanity faced unparalleled corruption. Does this remind you of modern stories where unchecked ambition leads to catastrophe? The story of the flood is perhaps more than myth. It reflects the idea of resetting when things spiral out of control. What lessons can we take from this today, in an era of climate change and resource exploitation? Evidence of giant skeletons unearthed in different parts of the world only deepens the mystery, sparking questions about our origins and history. The Book of Enoch doesn't just recount fantastical events, it offers prophecies that align with historical moments. For instance, it describes visions predating the Genesis flood, a story echoed across various cultures. This narrative of a catastrophic deluge reminds us how interconnected humanity's myths and histories truly are. Enoch's foresight, warning Noah to prepare for the flood, resonates even today as a metaphor for preparing for impending crises. Yet, despite its profound insights, the Book of Enoch has been cast aside, labeled as controversial and unworthy of inclusion in the Bible. What about its messages was so threatening to the status quo? Even now, only the Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox churches recognize its sanctity. Could it be that its teachings challenge conventional narratives too much for comfort? Consider this. If knowledge is power, then the way we handle it defines our destiny. The Watcher's story serves as a cautionary tale for all of us. Are we, like the ancient Nephilim, headed for a reset, or can we learn to wield our Ferraris wisely? One thing is certain about the Book of Enoch. It certainly helped us understand ancient history. When you read the Book of Enoch alongside other ancient manuscripts rooted in mythology, the connections become striking. For instance, Enoch's tales about the fallen angels bear an uncanny resemblance to Greek mythology, particularly the belief that gods like Zeus were celestial beings who descended to interact with humanity. Zeus, known for his insatiable lust for women, parallels the Watchers from Enoch's narrative who defied divine orders and engaged with humans. These similarities hint that such stories may not merely be myths, but could represent shared memories or interpretations of actual events across cultures. However, because the Book of Enoch was composed by various authors, it opens the door to diverse interpretations, which can sometimes be misleading. It's essential to approach this text with curiosity, tempered by discernment. Whether historical truth or allegorical fiction, the Book of Enoch remains a profound resource for anyone seeking a deeper understanding of ancient beliefs and their echoes in modern times. If this exploration into ancient mysteries fascinates you as much as it fascinates us, make sure to subscribe to Path to the Unknown. Together, we'll unravel the secrets of the past, one story at a time. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new journeys into the unknown.